The air was electric with tension on the night of the presidential election. America was on the brink of choosing between two polarizing candidates. Senator Jonathan Reker, a charismatic, wealthy businessman with promises of restoring American greatness, and Governor Edward Thorne, a poised and enigmatic leader with a reputation for his unyielding commitment to national security. Both candidates had fiercely loyal followers, and the nation was divided. Unbeknownst to the public, the true intentions of these men were far more sinister than anyone could have imagined. Senator Reker, with his sleek suits and confident demeanor, had amassed his fortune through a series of clandestine deals and exploitation of the working class. He belonged to the top 2% of society and envisioned a world where the elite reigned supreme and the rest served their whims. Behind closed doors, he spoke of reviving an authoritarian regime, reinstating slavery, and enforcing military rule to crush any opposition. Governor Thorne, on the other hand, harbored an even darker secret. Beneath his human facade lurked a reptilian entity, a member of an ancient race that had infiltrated human society for centuries. Thorne's true form was that of a towering, scaled creature with glowing yellow eyes and a taste for human flesh. His ultimate goal was to harvest humanity as a food source, ensuring the dominance of his reptilian brethren. The election day had finally arrived. The nation held its breath as the results trickled in. By midnight, the results were clear. Governor Edward Thorne had won by a narrow margin. The celebrations erupted across his strongholds, while a palpable sense of dread settled over Reker's supporters. As the reality of Thorne's victory set in, his true nature began to emerge. The transformation was gradual but undeniable. He delivered his victory speech from a dimly lit room, his voice resonating with a chilling undertone. His eyes, now visibly reptilian, scanned the crowd with a predatory gaze. In the days that followed, Thorne's administration moved swiftly. The media, now under his control, broadcasted messages of unity and prosperity, masking the horrors that were unfolding behind the scenes. People started disappearing one by one. Those who questioned the new regime were silenced, their homes raided by masked enforcers in the dead of night. In a remote, fortified facility hidden deep within the mountains, Thorne's true agenda was revealed. The missing citizens were brought here, their cries echoing through the cold, sterile corridors. They were stripped of their humanity, treated as nothing more than livestock. Thorne's reptilian kin, hidden in the shadows, emerged to feast upon their flesh. The facility's walls were lined with cages, each containing terrified prisoners. The air was thick with the stench of fear and decay. The reptilian harvesters, their scales glistening under the harsh, fluorescent lights, moved with practiced precision. They relished in their work, their mouths dripping with the blood of their victims. Senator Reker, now a hunted man, went into hiding, his dreams of supremacy shattered. He realized the true horror of what he had inadvertently supported. From the shadows, he began to organize a resistance, a desperate bid to expose Thorne's true nature and save what remained of humanity. One night, Reker and a small group of rebels infiltrated the mountain facility. The sights that greeted them were beyond comprehension. Rows of mutilated bodies, the empty eyes of the dead staring back at them, and the reptilian creatures gorging on human remains. The rebels fought their way through the horrors, determined to reach the control center and broadcast the truth to the world. In a climactic battle, Reker confronted Thorne in the facility's heart. The reptilian leader, now fully transformed, towered over him. The fight was brutal, blood splattering against the cold metal walls. Reker, though wounded, managed to deliver a final desperate blow, sending Thorne crashing into a bank of electrical equipment. The resulting explosion rocked the facility, sending a shockwave through the mountain. The rebels seized the moment, broadcasting the footage they had captured to every corner of the globe. The world watched in horror as the true face of their leader was revealed. As the dust settled, the remnants of the government were overthrown. The people, united by their shared terror and grief, rose against the elite who had supported Thorne. Reker, though broken and scarred, became a symbol of the resistance, leading the charge to rebuild. A society free from the horrors of the past, but the memories lingered and the scars ran deep. The world had seen the face of true evil, and the shadows of the reptilian harvesters haunted their dreams. The fight for freedom had been won, but the cost was etched into the very fabric of their souls, a reminder of the darkness that had nearly consumed them all.